Hey, what's up, everybody? Monkey Puzzle here, and I am back once again on the Olympus modded map on the IronMine server, and I'm kind of pink. I've got quite a hodgepodge, actually, of armor on me, and I just wanted to leave the pink on for a minute for the beginning of this episode, just to show you the love that Symbol swears that she didn't give me when we were in the stream last time. So yeah, I just did another big stream. It broke into two parts because in the middle of my internet crapped out, but it's up there, and for hopefully for the most part it's watchable. And we were just messing around over here trying to make some progress in my new base. Since then, I have gone ahead and built actually my second mobile construction raft. This is just a temporary thing. It's on an advanced raft. You can see I've got like an extra wide field of view when I get on it, so you can see everything. And then I've got all my mean dinos over there on just a small circular patrol. Last official episode I left you guys with, I had set up a patrol around the whole perimeter of the lake, but that didn't work out too well. Dinos ended up stuck drowning in the lake, stuck on the bushes, and even though I had to set up well, I don't know, I think the AI just really couldn't handle one that big and that complex and all the different things that can go on. I don't know if a Diplodocus pushed them in, or I don't know if it's Diplodocus or Diplodocus, one or the other. And also maybe they chased hyenodons into the lake. I have no idea. But so for now, I've just got a smaller one, because when I have them all following a passive dino, they just end up in this big clump and everybody trying to run infinitely into the middle of it. So they seem to be handling this little circle pretty well. It keeps them spaced out, and it's a nice little guard here, at least in front of where I'm parking my temporary construction raft. So some things, this is the second one I made because the first one got destroyed in the testing of a new mod we have on here. There's this placeable water block, and not the one from Ecos, which is more of an aesthetic block that looks like water. This one is an actual water block, so that's pretty cool. We'll play with that in a minute, and I will show you how it messed my raft up and how I've learned to be careful and not trust the water block. But we still have it on here because there's still some possibilities. One little thing I wanted to show you first, a little new trick I picked up. This was from Blindman, guy on the server. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. When I built this thing, of course, I built off of this advanced raft, and even though it still has certain advantages over the regular raft, you still have to build out by placing thatched ceilings or some kind of ceiling, and then placing the foundations underneath them. That's just standard for building the platform. The little trick he taught me was that if you do it with the S Plus triangle ceilings, although it's much easier because you don't have to go underneath to place these, the foundations. You can just place them from above because you can see, between these little edges down below it. And so you can place them a lot more easily from above. And it's also way more easy to remove the triangle ceilings from above because they are always on top. And you can even go around and do it with the demo gun. So that's a small little trick. The other one is how I have been using the Dino Patrol in addition to this little guard circle in front, which I will expand upon. Instead of trying to do the whole thing at once next time, we're just going to add bits of it and kind of test them each time to make sure they're stable. Because I've also set up a second Dino Patrol route right here. Except this one differs in that it's a height route, an aerial route. And you can see the next point on it, if you can barely see it, there's a little red dot out there in the middle of my screen. That is a balloon. And you can shift these into those. In here, in type, you can change it to height waypoint. So I set this up at the end of my stream. First, I went ahead and changed the height on all of those. I changed them to about 5,000. And then I changed them to height waypoints. You have to change it while it's a ground waypoint and then change it to a high point. So just watch the end of the 8B and you'll see me going through all the details of setting that up And then I've been using this to get my argie over to where the metal is. Hey, Raleigh's in. And I don't have a saddle on my argie yet. I'm not level 95. It did turn out we still can craft the saddles before that, but my intention was that you couldn't. So I am working with it that way. So it's a little tricky getting this guy in position. He's got to be really near the waypoint, and it takes a little doing. Let's see if I can get it real quick, or otherwise I will skip to that. If you can hitch him real quick, he will go immediately. I was using or we could just punch him in position, which makes me sad, but it doesn't hurt him too bad. I did have a whip, which makes them also land really easily, but I lost that when I lost all my stuff twice. So the first time was when the Dino Patrol failed, and I came back in my little thatch hut with all my stuff on the raft. Had got partially destroyed, and I had put all my stuff into a chest, just a regular chest, which is my bad. I should have been a metal chest. Anyway, that should be close enough. So now I got to do is just prevent stasis, because it might go out of my field of view. I have these all on prevent stasis. You can see now they're on the opposite, which is allow stasis. And then we just start patrolling. And there you go. See, it's going off to that first balloon. Let's grab my Thyla so we can chase it. Oh, it's got a level. We'll do that in a second, but let's just follow the argie for a second. And yeah, you see it's going from waypoint to waypoint. You can't place a waypoint underwater, so I had to go around the land to do it. There it is. It's going to the next one. Right there. And it keeps going. You don't have to have that little green dotted line up there. You can, if you can see it, but I just left that as a visual for myself. I can get rid of that now. And then let's see what we can put for a level here. So many good things I could put it into. More health, more melee. Alright. Let's head on down here. See if I can hit the water. I got a capro down here recently. There's tons of capros that hang out in the lake down there, or the water, in the river. But those waypoints are going to lead it all the way over here. And we'll just go to its destination, because I trust at this point it's going to get there. So over here... Oh, chitin. Joaquin Chitin, I need you. I lost a lot of my good drops that I had collected so far, so a lot of the stuff I'm wearing is this mishmash of chitin armor that I happened to pick up in the drops so far. Still looking for more good flak, and only got my long neck rifle replaced up to about half as good as it was before. But you can see the argie is coming along. It pauses a little bit at each waypoint, but it's not too bad. And it's going to take a little turn right here and land right here where I have a little dino gate that houses an Anki that I happened to find right over here, right where I needed it. So we immersive tamed this dude, and Trigger Pug was nice enough to give me a nice ascendant saddle for it. And there you go. The argie made it here. Oop, a little rubber banding, but the argie made it here on its own, which is fantastic. And then what I do, oh, you know what I forgot to do was grab a slushy. That's actually pretty important. Hold on, folks. I'll be right back. You can see this Parasaur just killed this one. But yeah, there are quite a lot of capros around here. It's quite treacherous. So in here you can see I've got a little stash of a couple hundred slushies, and these are from the steampunk mod, which hopefully we'll get a little start on today, or maybe we'll save it for next episode. Depends on how long this one goes. Oh, let me close my gate It's a good idea. Even with all my guards out there, this place is still incredibly dangerous. It's amazing in this little spot how many carnivores spawn and try to kill me. So I might as well give one of these to this guy too. Basically, if a player or a dino eats these, woo, it makes you super fast. Oh, missed the water. Alright, he's okay. Or she's okay. But look at this. Woo! If you just had a constant diet of these, you'd never need to level speed. So on a Thyla, it's just a little bonus. I guess if you were drop hunting all around the island, it could be kind of useful. But for something really slow, like an Anki, with metal nodes that are kind of far apart, it's a very good thing. So I give the Anki a slushy, and then we go around. There's only 7 metal nodes here, but they're the closest ones to me so far, and with this little Argentopus thing and the slushy, it generally works out pretty well. Level up. And this guy's still building up his weight, but he's got really good melee. Yes, it's a he. So it gets a lot of metal from each swing, and it started like level 280 or 290, and in the stream we named it Smasherino. So the slushy still doesn't stop it from getting slowed down when it's got a lot of weight on it, but it's still faster than it would be. Anyway, there's one other part a little further away that I want to show you. Let me just dump this off on the bird, and this bird has like 3,500 weight, and with the weight reduction that argies get, it works out pretty well. So we'll set that on the Anki, put the stuff in there, and you can see that first load doesn't even phase it really. We could give it one more weight, or we could give it speed. We're gonna give it weight. Speed doesn't really matter. It gets back fast enough for the job it's doing. Give the food back to the Anki, and then the slushy's still in effect. You can see there on the upper right, I still got 800 seconds of it, so that's pretty cool. But I just wanted to show you over here real quick. Well, there's one more metal node right there. I'll get that myself in a second. And off to my right over there, there is a good handful of obsidian nodes too. So I've been collecting that. And I still got to do more scouting around this area, see where all the other resources are. It's still a little scarce here. Eventually with steampunk, I'm just going to be able to stick a drill in the ground up by my base and magically pull metal right out of the grass. So we'll get there, because this is indeed the modded server, so we're not going to fight the mods, we're just going to play with them. It has its challenges, but it has a lot of things that are pretty OP as well. So metal over here, and this is where the oil is. So James set this up, and then yeah, I got 3 more metal nodes. And then also over here, eventually I'll be able to do something like this. You're not allowed to fly or teleport on here until level 95, but he's like level 99, of course. This is a steampunk personal teleporter. So I guess you put this little thing in there, the power matrix, and then you're able to teleport to other ones like it. So pretty cool. Looks like a really neat little anachronism, anomaly there. But anyway, this is where I'm getting my metal, and it's not much, but it's actually adding up. I think it's going to definitely get us somewhere. Let me finish harvesting these last nodes, and then slushy my way back over to the RG, and then I'll show you sending the resources back. I think also something about the slushy is like speeding up the dino, and they get their levels faster, which doesn't quite sit right with me either, but oh well. I'll take it. Okay, got some rain, which is always a nice relief in the desert. and got the Anki put away in this little compartment there. It's a little nook. And then you can see on the argie, I got this nice load of metal and obsidian, and I saved the flint as well. And be aware, these are stacks of 500, not your normal stacks of 100 or 200. So it's quite a bit. Not too bad for 7 nodes here. We do have the resources on 5 times. Not outrageous, but decent enough. So now all I gotta do here is go start patrolling. And there it goes. Back on the rest of the circuit, heading on its way back to that first waypoint that I showed you by my boat. So, oh, and I still got the slushy on my thyla as well. So that's pretty cool. So let's head on back and we'll meet it for its return. And there you can see right over there, coming up over the waterfall and over the lake, out of render distance and into it comes my argie with a capro. Trying to get it. It looks like I may need to put another waypoint over there just to raise that up a little bit. What level is that thing anyway? It looks like we're going to have to deal with it. That is a 170, so yeah, we can just go ahead and kill that one. But this one, check it out. It came all the way over here and on its own and landed real nicely right by our little construction site. Where is that capro? All right, give me 1 second here. Looks like it managed to actually grab my packy out of the boat. Didn't know it could do that. That's something to be aware of. Have to make sure everything's pretty far from the edge. Woo! That the slushies can be a little much. All right, see you in a second. Okay, anyway, took care of that. So yeah, you can see how this thing came back on its own, landed here nicely, and then all I got to do at this point is just transfer everything out of it over to this advanced forge that comes from the advanced rafts mod. Do that, and we need to put some spark powder in there to run it, and then just put the rest of the stuff wherever, like in the smithy, and we're good to go. So yeah, that's keeping us in metal for now. I'm going to use that for the various upgrades, like starting up the steampunk mod, which is going to need quite a lot of metal. So we're going to get to designing the base in a minute. It's a little foggy right now. I'll be right back in a moment, folks. I'm getting distracted by this 290 Diplodocus, whatever it is. And that's high enough, actually, I might tame it. There's always fun projects with these to make a bus or something like that. So I'll be right back. I'm going to immersive tame it with berry bags. And that's might be how my guys ended up in the lake last time, because they don't register that as an attack and they won't fight back. Alright, and there we go. We'll just call it a Diplo. If you all have a name for it, let me know. That one was a 290. I got so many things now named MP290. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. How do you lose a Diplo? Alright, so let's equip the saddle. Put that on there. I think that might be the first Diplo I've ever tamed. But now we've got a little bus. We can put that on a patrol route. Maybe back and forth from the CC. Although there's a lot of dangerous things and a lot of space in between. So not sure how that will work out. But let me see. Just for giggles, why don't we just go ahead. Oop, if I can get over there. Why don't we go ahead and just put this guy on the patrol route. There we go. So that's the starter one. We'll put start patrolling. These guys, I didn't prevent stasis because I don't really need them doing anything when I'm not here. I don't want to keep this area loaded in. When I'm not logged in, that just allows more things to happen. Anyway, we've got a Diplo on patrol, but that wasn't what I meant to do. What I wanted to do was start playing with the water blocks and show you guys some of that. Oh, looked like a galley drowned. Sorry, galley. How sad. So in the crafting here, if we search for water, we get this one, the water block builder. So that just takes wood. Let's make all of those. And so this is a mod called the water block. And it's this water block map extension or something like that. And they are actual water blocks. So what you do is you put one in your inventory, like there. And you got to be careful. I'm going to do it well away from my construction raft. And these guys are expendable for testing, but we'll go over here. And so if I equip 4, it turns out this little kind of translucent, shimmery, crystally water jar. And if you left click it, you get an inventory, and you can choose one of these to make it. So these are basically the heights of the water. So we'll put a 1 down there. And then when we select it again, we get that ghost image of a 1 high water block. So I can go ahead, place that down, and there it is. We can walk through it. We get the little water sound. It's splashy in the right moments. And you can drink from it. Oops, I accidentally picked it up. Let's do that again. 4. So you get an infinite amount of them. It's not an expendable thing, so it, I guess, assumes that this water is plentiful. So this would be very cheaty on Scorched or whatever. There's a lot of ways it could be really cheaty, but here we're just going to use it as a fun decorative thing. So now if I put that away, I can drink from it. You can put water dinos in it. It's actual water, you know, as far as ARK is concerned. It's got a little bit of the world border texture, sort of miniaturized on the sides, but it's not too bad. And I already accidentally showed how to pick it up. So I guess we lost that one. Maybe they do go away, but they only take 1 piece of wood to make them go away. So I got to get that in my hand again. And now I can just press R to pick it up. So I have an idea for what I want to do with the base. And I want it to be floating up there. I got to get some of the crafting stations, some materials going for some of the various building mods to decide how I'm actually going to build it. But let's put that away so we don't accidentally put it on a raft. Because if you place it on a raft, that's bad. The raft then floats to the surface, and you can't remove it when you place it on the raft. So I'm going to demonstrate here what happens. We're going to come over to this side. And then, how about in this area? Let's go ahead, equip that. We're going to put the biggest one in it. They go up to 12 high. So we'll make that a 12er. And then if we press 4 again, we get this nice tall thing. And we place it. And that is a 12 high water block. And we can go in it. And we can swim all the way to the top of it. You can see my oxygen is being used up. And here I am, swimming at the surface. So yeah, I want a water elevator that goes to the top of my base, which I think would be pretty fun. There you can see me floating in it. That actually would be a pretty good thumbnail for the episode. Get all the angles here, and I'll choose which one I want later. Yeah. And then we can swim out of it, fall into the lake. So that's a lot of fun. It's dangerous, but for rafts, as I'll show you, but still worth it. Okay, Packy, get out of my way. But this is what you have to look out for. So let's go ahead and put this in it and see if I can get it to it. There we go. And then you can see it is now floating on top of the water blocks. So that's kind of fun. The problem is now it's stuck here. And right now it's moving around on top of it. I've also had the situation where they'll get on top of it and they just won't move. So I guess if you put enough of them up here, you would just have a a raft floating on its own little mini lake column. But you cannot get it off of here at this point. You can't pick rafts back up. And then I can pick this water block back up. But I will just tell you now from experience, well, we can do it because I can put another one down to get back up here. So let's get another one of these down here. And get it in our hand. And let's pick that up. And then, oh, the raft did come back down. Oh, that's interesting, because before it stayed floating in the air. So that's pretty cool. What I'm not going to do, though, is put the water block on the raft, because someone being nice to me had put one. Oh, wait, but it's not letting me drive it. So maybe it's not really there now, because I can't seem to get on it. So I still rest my case that there's some pretty glitchy behavior with rafts and the water block. So the thing I wanted to test right now is, can we keep that from happening? Can I put a water elevator in the middle of the lake and not have that issue? Now this is bugging me because I want to demolish this if I can't drive it. So let's see if it lets us demolish it. It did. Oh, and it did fall back down from the sky again. So the game was still very confused about what was going on. I love how rafts demolish, how they just sink for a while. So let's try something here. I got some foundations. And let's get them up to the level of the water, which is about there. And yeah, actually, I want it to be under the water. So when I do this for real, I'll get it measured out a little bit better. But let's pick that one up. And then I just want to make a little 4x4 here to place the water blocks on. Because you got to place them on something. So we're giving them something to place on. And we have foundation support turned off right now for Structures Plus. So I can go ahead, if I get my demo gun out, wherever it is at, let's put it there, and pick those up, and they'll float because we have that turned off. I swear there's something in Bronto's AI that they always want to find you. Okay, and then let's go ahead and put that. All right. Okay, so let's select that again. Let's just do a shorter one here so that I'll be able to pull this off. Actually, let's do the 5er. Okay, and then I'm still not exactly clear how the dynamics of this work. You can still see I have as many as I started with. That's 7 of them, so not quite sure how these work, but basically you just get them. So yeah, that's 4. And then, oh, they do snap. Look at that. So can we select that one again? No, we can't. All right, so let's grab another one, I guess. And we're gonna left click it, make that a 5. Select it again, and we get it to snap, and they do snap to each other as well. So when I do this for real, I want to space the foundation so this is right at the surface of the water, so I get the maximum height. I don't think you can snap them one on top of each other. Let's see real quick if we can do that. So, see if we select that again. I'm not seeing a snap point up there. There might be some way to fake it with floating S plus stuff. Not sure. Really wish this Bronto would go away. It just wants to get into the video, I know. Alright, and one more time. I'm gonna get this one right. I want to put it right there. And it's being stubborn. Interesting. I don't know why it doesn't want to go right there. Let's place that one and see if we can place another one next to it. Huh. Some other little funny behavior. I don't know why it is that it won't let me put one right there. Oh, and these ones are actually placed on the ground. Oh, that's what's going on. They didn't actually place on the foundation blocks. Oh, and then this one is just too far down. Okay. To snap to those. Interesting. So, it aligned with it though, but it went through it. Alright, well anyway, they got lots of quirky behavior. We'll have to figure that out as we go along. Don't expect a new mod like this not to be quirky. So can we put that away? No? Go away? There we go. Well, I wanted to get a column, a 2x2 column of these. Let me try for one more second to see if I can pull that off. Alright, so I wasn't able to get them snapping on foundations, but I was able to snap foundations around them, so they don't like going through each other, although when I placed it over there, it did go through. Anyway, these want to be placed on the ground, it seems like, but parts do then snap to the sides of them. But what I'm trying to do for my test here is I want to basically surround it with walls, and this is actually even better, because now with the foundations on the outside, I know for sure that these walls are on the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to surround it completely with walls like this. All right, that went over there. Going all the way up the sides of it. And then I'm going to remove some below. And again, I can do this because we have the floating foundations turned on S+. And I'm going to create a way that I can get up into it like this. So I get my water elevator, but it is enclosed. And if this works, then I will do it with like glass, something where you can still see the water through it. But what I'm trying to see is if this will protect the rafts from the water and if this will make it safe. So I'm just going to finish doing that and I'll be right back and we'll check out the results. Alright, so I did that. I got this tube of stone around the water. You can get into the water from down here. And then let's go ahead and test it. Now, if this doesn't work, I'll have to try it with maybe a 1 foundation thick tube around it. But let's see if this makes this safe. So here is a regular raft. Let's go ahead and drive it. And then let's just take a nice turn here and go straight into that and see if the wall protects it from that glitchy behavior of it going up on top. Raleigh was asking for sloped water blocks so we can ride them back down. That would be pretty cool. So far so good. Let's take another turn at it. These things have a very wide turning radius. Let's hit it from this side. If we can. Go on full speed. Hey, and that seems to be working out. The stone wall seems to be fully protecting the raft from that. So that's awesome. So that means we can use these without endangering any other things we have in here. So let's try this one. The dinghy, and see how it does. Yeah, the game seems to be able to keep track of the fact that the boat shouldn't be able to go through the wall or other boats. Ooh, these things are so fast. Come on, let's go. Suicide run. And we're good. So that's awesome. So we can protect them like that. So these aren't going to go as high as I would like, but I still think that's pretty cool to have as a way to get up to our base. The good old water elevator takes me back to my Minecraft days. I can't quite get up there. But I'll figure out how it's going to go. I was thinking of maybe swimming up into a pool that's at the bottom of the base, floating base up there. And then you kind of emerge in the swimming pool in the bottom of your base. And you swim to the edge and you're in it. And then, you know, you could make it big enough that you could swim dinos up in here too. Swim the capro up. And I got to figure out a way to import water dinos over to here. Whee! So I think that's what I wanted to show you for today. I obviously have a bunch of work to do here. Some folks are already nearly at endgame here, but of course I'm not racing like that. And there's also folks way on the other end too. We're all taking it at our own pace, but I just want to have fun with these new mods. Oh, by the way, I needed to show you that Crackers gave me these nice little shine horns right here. Hello, guys. Nice little mating pair. So I'm going to breed these guys up. Nice colors. It's a little dark here, but let's see. You guys can get the point. Thank you, Crackers, for that. And thank you, everybody on the server, for all the help that I have gotten along the way. And in the stream last time, it was great hanging out with everybody. And I'm going to try to keep doing that once a week if my family life allows it. But anyway, for now, I am still Monkey Puzzle in the pink. Till next episode. So thank you for watching until the end of this one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.